Do you consider yourself a hip hop rapper or like is it a genre?
Yeah, I mean, I think that why I consider myself a hip hop rapper because everyone else considers me a hip hop rapper.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like to call
Good
it
rapper.
As opposed to folk rapper.
Yeah, folk rapper. Trap rapper.
I would say a folk rapper.
Folk rapper? Yeah. So you want me to go with that? Or
yeah,
what?
folk rapper.
Folk
Let's
rapper.
go with folk rapper.
All right.
I like that.
Oh no, not another one. You're completely ready and prepared.
Thanks for coming out, Frank Lopes.
Thank you.
AKA Hobo Johnson. Up and emerging rapper from the Sacramento area in the Oak Park district.
What's the deal with young chickens? I want an older chicken that knows that grown business. You know, I'm narcissistic, look at me. I'm an artist, EBT. Couldn't help the fact I'm starving for that MTV.
So how you doing today, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having us, brother.
Of course.
I've been following your music lately, and I've been very impressed. The skill that you've been putting out there, and it's been a real treat for us. Especially in Sacramento. So would you like to go ahead and tell the world about yourself?
Yes, my name is Hobo Johnson. I was born and raised in a 1994 Toyota Corolla.
Like literally in a car.
Yeah, but it's more. I'll actually explain it. I was born in a hospital, but the Hobo Johnson pseudonym or whatever you want to call it came.
Oh, I got you. I understand. So the birth.
Yes, the birth of
Hobo Johnson.
was in
Oh, got you. I want to talk about your rapping style. I'm actually very impressed to hear you kind of switch up the tempo. I think it was Sunday Blues. When you sample "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles.
You did yours.
Oh yeah, I'm a music buff, and I was hearing how you're switching up. You're kind of going fast, and you're slowing up the tempo. A lot of people don't realize that's not a really easy skill. I know you prefer to play over the piano instead of a beat, but it's not staying on beat. Kind of freestyling in that way. Can you describe your style, where it derived from, and who are your influences that you kind of fed off?
Right. I don't know. When I was younger, I used to listen to like a lot of the main ones, like Kendrick.
I was telling you, you remind me of Kendrick, the way he kind of goes fast, tempo, you go to the eighth note, or then go down to the quarter note, and then, it's just not an easy skill.
I used to listen to like just hip hop. Growing up, when I was in 3rd grade, I was 7, and my parents somehow bought me a D12 World CD for no reason. D12, so I listened to that shit a lot, way too much, probably like damaged my brain.
Yeah.
And then listened to it, and then once I graduated high school, I was like 18, 19. My stepbrother was really into folk punk, and he like showed me the Front Bottoms and Andrew Jackson Jihad, and then I like loved it because they were just saying things that I related to. Because a lot of hip hop songs I don't relate to at all because I'm not cool. So the other stuff I just like.
I think you're cool.
Thanks,
I think you're cool, man. Today's hip hop is more like the bling, money.
Exactly.
Yours is actual raw. I know I mentioned in an article that you didn't want to be fake.
Right.
And Aaron was telling me that the show that you did the other day, like you were making a lot of eye contact with your fans, and that's very important. Me, my parents are being deaf, and I work in sign language. I know eye contact is very important.
Right.
And in you engaging, with the fans, like how do you feel? Like I know you jumped in the crowd throwing pasta.
Yeah,
all that crazy
we throw
stuff,
pasta
stuff like that.
sometimes.
Engaging in the crowd, that's a very important trait to have.
Right.
So do you feed off the energy? Of the fan
but
fans?
sometimes I look at people too much. Like, usually once during a show, I'll just make eye contact with one person for way too long.
And the reason is
just to fuck with them. But like at the last shows that I've done that at, it creeps them out. The last show it didn't really creep out, but I just looked at one girl for like 20 seconds, just like while we were doing Sex in the City. I was looking at it the whole time.
How important is Sacramento to you?
About Oak Park in general?
Yeah, Oak Park and how important Sacramento is for you. Like
Sacramento is really important.
Reflection of you.
I mean, to me, Sacramento was like the big city.
Yeah.
So it was like Sacramento to me is like what LA is to like people who live inside.
Right.
So, and I always told people one day, like I was working at a pizza place in Rockland, and I was like, I'm gonna move to Sac in a year or 2.
They're just like,
it's like okay,
3%.
Yeah.
The line you say you should quit your job.
Yeah.
So you telling your fans just go for it.
Right.
You recently quit your job, I believe.
Yes. I just
now you're just all in.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah, this is a much better time than last time.
Yeah.
That song actually, I was going to school full time at Sac City, and then working full time, and then I realized that like I just didn't like any of it. So one day I just like quit. I just quit, dropped out of school one day, quit my job. And then I just street performed and went to open mics and sold albums to live. So I had to make $17 a day. And that song was pretty much about you should go and quit your job and make all your dreams come true. How is your self-esteem? It's important. So basically what it is me imagining someone else telling me what I should do.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up, Hobo Johnson. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So where would you like to tell our viewers where we can access your music online?
Access our music online through YouTube. Look up Hobo Johnson. And then you can look up SoundCloud, Hobo Johnson, Instagram, Hobo Johnson, Twitter, Hobo Johnson, Facebook, Hobo Johnson, HoboJohnson.com.
It's Hobo, the way it's H-O-B-O, then Johnson. We'll go ahead and provide the link. And do you have any future albums coming out soon?
So basically, I think what we're going to do is we're going to rework my last album, so The Rise of Hobo Johnson. I think we're going to take it all down off SoundCloud, so you might not be able to look on there. But we're reworking it and releasing it properly. And then we'll be putting it on SoundCloud, Spotify again. And then we should be having an album come out later this year if I get my shit together.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Frank, for having us. It's been an awesome time. And hopefully, you just keep riding that ladder of success. And we'll see you there shortly. Don't forget about us, please.
I won't. You guys are so nice.
So this is Mohammed from The Proud Show. Please subscribe and like for future content. Thank you guys for watching.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm alright. Right. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm alright.